Hey y'all, it's Zia Jenaye, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
What's going on, people? It's the one and only DJ Malone. How you guys doing out there, man? Chicago 77.3 is in the building, and you know what? We got greatness in the building, man. When we say future stars, man, this lady right here is on the making right now. And you guys really want to get in tune with her because she's she's dope as hell, man. She got these songs and she got a beautiful voice, man. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, my name is Zia Jenaye. I'm a singer-songwriter from the South Side of Chicago. I'm also
Hey,
16 years old, and yeah.
hey, man. That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you being on the call.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
Oh yeah, man. So now, what part of the South Side are you from?
I'm from the South Side of Chicago.
Okay, so I lived in over east, so I stayed like over there, like in Stony Island, over there, like on 79th and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, so you started now. When did you start doing music?
I started doing music when I was 9 years old.
Okay, now that's wow. So when did you know that you could sing?
Um, I'll say 9 years old is when I discovered. I first discovered I had a talent actually for writing before
Okay,
singing, but it kind of went hand in hand.
okay, okay. Um, 9 years old, man. That's real young. But I like it though. When did you know that you have a voice? When did you like, hey yo, man, I think I could sing.
I think I always knew I had a voice and I always wanted to discover. I was that kid who like would record myself and listen back to my voice and constantly trying to perfect it. And I wanted to show others what I had. So before I
Yeah,
was 9, I know I had an experience where I went up on stage and I was just trying to discover this voice that I knew I had. But at
yeah.
9, I truly got into it.
Okay. I really respect it, man. Will you inquire anything growing up?
Actually, no, my school didn't provide any choir. I just started getting in choir because I'm a sophomore in high school. So
Okay.
I started my freshman year, but none of my schools really offered it.
Okay. And what you're alto, soprano? What are you right now?
I'm an alto right now, but I bounce back between soprano. I know during freshman year I was a soprano and I'm an alto, so yeah.
Yeah, I was a bass coming in. I always
Hmm.
had this deep voice. Even when I was like 15, I always had like a deep voice. So
Hmm.
I always I was a bass and stuff. So that's pretty cool, man. That's cool. So now you're just getting into choir. How you liking it so
Right.
far?
It's really good. It teaches you a lot more about your voice, definitely. As far as like pitch and how to blend with others.
Yeah,
So it's been really good.
definitely, man. Who are you listening to? Like, who's some of your inspirations?
Some of my inspirations is Ari Lennox,
Okay.
Erica Badu. I also really like Beyonce and also like J. Cole.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So you're still young, and you're a sophomore. You're still young with it. What do you like to do for fun these days?
What I like to do for fun, I always like going outside. So anywhere fun, like just going on trips if it's going out to eat or anything. But I also like to watch TV. I love to chill. I
Yeah.
specifically like anime and Korean dramas and everything. So it's kind of just a bunch of things.
Definitely, man. I heard now we've been playing your records on the radio and stuff like that on Chicago 77.3. What has been your favorite record so far?
My favorite, hmm, I would probably say one of my newer songs, I Ain't Hurtin', even though I love all of my songs. That was just a fun experience because the
Yeah.
video was kind of more dancey and I really liked where we were at.
Yeah.
So kind of like the whole process of recording it and, video
Yeah.
aspect of it too. I really like that.
When I checked out your Instagram, I was like, you could really like you're performing. You're not just standing like with a microphone and singing. You're doing
Right.
performances and everything.
Yes. Like dancing and everything. Like a lot of hard work goes into like just preparing for a show or preparing for a music video or even a performance. Like it's more than just singing. It's
Yeah.
learning how to control my breath, you know what I mean? And
Mm.
coordinating with my dancers. Okay, at this part I'm a dance, at this part I'm not,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm all about stage performance too. I never just stand. I try to not stand there and sing. I have moments where I do, but I really want to get the audience engaged. So
You want to put on a show. And
Yes,
for you to be that young and to have that mindset is tremendous, man.
thank you.
Now with the choreography, how do you go about with the choreography? Like I know, you have dances and everything, but
Mhm.
how do you guys pick what moves go with what?
Mm. So I know me and actually my momager, we do a lot of the choreography. And of course, if our dancers have any ideas, we always let them join in. But I know the majority comes from my mom and me.
Okay.
So we really
Okay.
just be in the basement brainstorming and yeah.
Big shouts to moms, man. Big shouts to her.
Yes.
So
Yes,
how
yes,
is
yes.
that? And I love the fact that she has your back all the way through because nobody knows you better than your mom. So
Mhm.
how is that with your mom being your manager?
It's really cool. It's really dope because you get to go to places with somebody you're so familiar with. You know what I mean? And experience things. We both really love music, so we both, bringing it in at the same time. Like, wow! And
Yeah,
also somebody to hold you down mentally. Like whenever I might second guess or nervous,
yeah,
she's always by my side, and
that's
also
what's
my
up.
dad too. So it's just so cool to
I
have them
like
by
that.
my side.
I like that, man. A family affair. I like that, man.
Mhm.
I like when family members support um your vision and go hard for it, man. So keep
Yeah.
kudos to you for that, man. Big shouts to you and your family. All right. Now coming into it, where would you like to perform at? If you could perform anywhere, where would it
Mhm.
be at and why?
Um, I would really like to perform at the BET Awards.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like that'll just be so dope. I know I would like to perform in front of a lot of the artists that attend there, and that would just be a big milestone.
That's what's
So,
up.
that's one of them, definitely.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this. Who would you like to work with?
Hmm. Okay, I would definitely like to work with Ari Lennox. That
Okay.
would just be so dope. Her style so cool, and I feel like we would just have a really good connection. Somebody else I would also like to work with is I also like to work with Erykah Badu because she
Okay.
has so much is that how you say it? Musicality? So, it would just be dope seeing where our minds go as we create a song.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I'm just real impressed by how you can like you're very coy about everything, man. Like you're on point with everything. So, where did that come from? Like, like your mom teaches you this, or like how do you become so mature?
I think I've always had that kind of about me. I was always able to speak, and get my point across. I know people always compliment me on like, "You have such a good talking voice," or, "You know how to elaborate things." And, of course, trying to get in the music industry, I've been able to perfect that with doing
Yeah,
things like this, interviews, and just knowing what I wanna say. So, yeah,
yeah.
but definitely after things like this, I'll definitely go back and like, "Hey, how was that?" And my parents always are able to perfect me, especially my mom.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Now, we talked about the records and everything. Now, is this off of a s- a project or if it is it a single right now? You're just putting out singles.
I'm just putting out singles right now.
Okay.
And my newest single is "Look at Me."
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about Look at Me first, and then we'll talk about the one that I really like, what's it called? I ain't heard
I
I
ain't heard it.
yeah, that's my joint right there, man. That's my joint. But let's talk about the other record. So how did that come about?
Okay, actually, this is a funny story. So, my dad's a producer.
Okay.
And he created this beat, and it was real simple, something and I was like, "Okay." I was downstairs, and it was just playing on a loop, and my dad didn't really like the beat, so it was some things probably gonna trash later, and I
Yeah.
was just downstairs, and I was creating like, "Look at the way that I walk, way that I talk, the way that I move, yeah, yeah, yeah,"
Mm,
and I was like I created a whole song, and I went to school, and I go to school with one of my dancers, so we
okay.
were like, "Okay, let's come up with a dance, like, I have this idea and this vision for it," and then we just created the song and the dance too, so that's how everything, you
That's
know,
what's up.
took off.
Now you got a studio in your house or you have to go to a studio?
I have a studio in my house.
See, that's a perfect
A
yeah.
blessing, yes.
Yeah, man. She gets the applause for that. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what though? That just goes to show you, man. Hey, yo, man, it's in my house, so there's no other excuse but to do it, man.
Right.
So
And how much my parents would go for me, like, when I told them that this is what I wanted to do and I was ready to do it, and however long it took, they just went for it, like, "Okay, you with it? We with it too," so
yeah. When
Yeah.
did when do you think they knew that you were serious about it? When do you think they
Mm.
said, "Okay, I think she's for real"?
Okay, actually, so it all started with writing my first song. I was at my auntie's house, and my mom was like, "Okay," it was me and my siblings like, "Okay, let's freestyle on beats." So we
Yeah.
all going around in a circle, and it hits me, and I just come out with a whole song, and it was about money. I don't know what I knew about it, but I was 9, and my mom was like, "Okay, do that again. We're gonna record it." So
Okay.
from then, my mom always knew. Like she never had a doubt. When I was 9, she was like, "Yeah, this is gonna work." She was like, "Do you want to sing?" And it was actually me and my sister in the group. She was like, "Okay, do you guys want to be in a group?" We were like, "Yeah."
Oh,
And I know my dad always had experience working with artists and kind of, producing on their songs and everything. So once we really start taking it serious, my dad was like, "Yeah, come on," with all his experience and everything. And I know more of my family members just helping out. So
that's what's
it
up, man.
started really early.
Hey, you know what though? I could even say make a child prodigy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
Thank you.
you were. It seems like you were kind of born to do this.
Hmm. Yeah,
Without
it's crazy looking back at it. How I kind of always knew it was a little thing like, okay, that is.
without music, where do you think you'll be?
I don't know. I don't really know. I mean, I was an athletic girl, so I ran track,
Okay.
but I don't even know if that would have even been a thing that I want to continue.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. That was my thing, but
Okay, that's
yeah.
what's up. Would you in long distance? What was you doing? Shot put? What you were doing?
I was middle distance, like a 400, 200, but I also did
Okay.
cross country, but I really like the 400 and 200.
See, I couldn't. I did long distance, and I couldn't
Uh,
like. I couldn't do long distance. It just wasn't working for me, man. And especially like when the coach was like, he's in the car and he's yelling at me in the car while I'm like, it's like 6 in the morning. We had to run. So,
hmm.
um, do you think that has helped being like,
Hmm.
from you doing track has helped you with your stage performance now?
Wow. I think it. I think it did because I've always been athletic. So in practice when we're like, probably running around the block to really build up my breath control, I feel like
Yeah,
that definitely helps when you have a history of already being athletic and being able to pound down and really get to it.
yeah.
So yeah,
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so let's talk about my favorite joint. I ain't heard it, man. So how did this come about?
I ain't hurting. Let me think. Oh yeah, so it was my dad, my mom, and me, and we were in the studio, and we had these new beats, actually from Joy 88, and we were like, okay, we're gonna sit down and we're gonna come up with some songs.
Yeah,
And I know I came up with the hook, my mom came up with a verse, my dad came up with something. It just all gelled together, and that's how it came about. And we
that's
were like,
what's up.
okay, this is gonna be the summer anthem. People going to sing this and say, I ain't hurting. So,
That's my favorite joint. That is my favorite joint by you. I think that's the one that Brian even played. Um,
mm,
and I was like, when I'm listening to it, I'm like, yo, man. And then and mind you, I didn't know that you were that young. I didn't know, like, what I'm saying. I'm thinking like, okay, well, this is another artist, but it's
hmm,
just when he had told me, I'm like, yo, man, that's dope, man. That's what's up. So, I
yeah.
like I said, man, I think you got something in you, man. I think there's a it factor about you. There's a star quality about you that I think you can go to the moon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I could even had you ever tried to see about maybe getting some of your songs like maybe on Disney, trying to get it on placement on Disney that because your songs kind of fit in a mode and you can
Mm-hmm.
push it in different markets and different avenues.
I know we've definitely considered looking at Disney like, hey, that would be, a great place, especially since Disney's now getting into more of a older age and teenagers. And I know they have a show of a black girl in Chicago. So,
Yes.
that would be really good. And we're also trying out to get our music in movies. Even yeah, so that stuff we've always been into that. So
That's
mhm.
what's up, man. Now I know we talked about the records and everything. What do you like to do? Like I know you say you like to just chill, but when do you find time and how do you balance the time between your personal life and then your music life?
Hmm. Um I'll say it's all the schedule. Kind of knowing what times you want to chill and rest, and then also what times you want to do music, and just really falling in love with the music. Because sometimes not thinking of it as work and really having fun. Because
Right,
when you
right.
think of it more as a work thing, it can get stressful.
Yeah,
But remembering yourself, like, okay, this is fun. Let me go write a song, or I'm excited about this, or bring this to my parents, like, hey, y'all, I just got this new idea.
yeah,
So
yeah,
kind of, and it's a constant work in progress trying to balance it, but it's just keeping it healthy and keeping it lighthearted at times and not always being so serious,
yeah,
but
yeah.
at times being serious. So yeah.
Uh, and I think that's like a everyday thing. It's like it's like
Hmm.
it's a different thing each day. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
some days I have to push myself to go this further, but then
Hmm.
sometimes I need to pull back because if I go too hard,
Hmm.
I'm gonna crash and burn every time.
Right.
So I
Hmm.
definitely see you on that, man. Now where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
The next 3 years, well, I definitely see myself touring, you know, going somewhere outside of, Illinois and just touring, still doing music and having a lot of opportunities to work
Okay.
with people who I've probably, looked up to
Yeah.
at that point. And also having a core fan base and having people who really rock with me and just yeah, and constantly elevating.
How do you take it when people say to you, "Hey, I like your music. I like." How have you been taking that?
It's been good. You know what I mean? It's dope to see people like something that comes from you, you know what I mean? So yeah.
I think too is that um it's a very humbling experience at first. Like
Mhm.
whenever like when somebody first tells you, it's like, okay, okay, cool, and then it boosts up your confidence and stuff, right?
Right.
So, like I said, man, I think I need to see you perform live. Me personally, I need to see because it just when on the social media tip, I can see like she can really you really take this seriously, and I think
Mhm.
a lot of times when you're passionate about something, people can see that.
Yes.
So I definitely think that, man. So where can the people find you at all on the Instagram and everything?
You can find me on all streaming platforms and all social medias at Zia Jenaye. Yeah,
Now, is that your real name or is it the stage name?
that's my real name.
Oh wow.
I know it's already like came prepared. Like it was born Zia Jenaye is such a stage name already.
That's crazy, man. That's what's up. So they
Yeah.
and it's you. Nobody can ever be you.
Right.
That's
And I
what's
also
up.
like to spell it out. I'm gonna spell it out for all the viewers so you can know this is Zia space Jenaye. And again, it's on all streaming platforms, all social medias.
Okay, cool, cool. This has been a pleasure. I really do. This has been amazing talking with you and everything. Um, Let me ask you this, and this is a real deep question. What is one of the most hardest things about being an artist?
Mm. One of the most hardest things I'll say is not being too hard on yourself, kind of not like keeping things in and putting it out.
Mm,
Because I'll say one thing that was especially hard for me kind of was social media. I was never a kid who was kind of already on social media. That was never my
mm,
thing. So kind of learning how to manage that and putting yourself out there was kind of hard, and seeing what I wanted to put out there. And even when it came to music, not being too hard on myself and learning
mm.
how to grow. So that was one thing that was really hard.
And that's crazy coming from you because it's like you're the younger generation, and I feel like for me, social media has been real off and on for me. I don't
Mhm.
like it, but I know I have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but it's cool to see. I know it helps grow fans and people can check you
Mhm.
out and everything. So, I guess it works. We gonna keep rocking with it, man. So,
Right.
um, uh, give it the social media one more time, just in case people didn't catch it.
Okay, my social media is on all streaming platforms. All social media is Zia Jenaye, which is Zia space Jenaye. And y'all just came out with my new song, Look at Me. So make sure y'all stream it. That's on all platforms. Yeah, just keep rocking with me. I'm going to constantly come out with music.
Hey, man. Now, are you on YouTube and everything?
Yes. So
Okay.
YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, everything.
Okay. So black people in general, don't I know you have your phone on there. Just go ahead and type it in right now, and then that way we don't have to do it later. So make sure you guys
Hmm.
go check it out.
Also,
Ah,
check out my website too. That's where you can see merch I have and also my journey. It's photos and everything. So,
so you have a website.
yes,
And you she
please
get
subscribe to it. It's ziajenaye.com.
See, this is why I love you so much because that's the number one tool that artists don't. They always think social media, but
Hmm.
having your own site means that you take ownership of you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
that's kudos, man. Make sure you guys go to a
Thank you.
website, run the analytics up on that too, man. Buy the merch.
Yeah.
With the merch, you got like hats, hoodies, t-shirts, all that.
Hoodies.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
there. I might buy me a hoodie. I need to buy me a
Thank
hoodie.
you. Thank you for your support.
Oh yeah, man. I well, this is my favorite part. So, I get to get a drop from you, a shout out from you. You're gonna say
Okay.
your name, and I'm rocking with Chicago 77.3.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey y'all, my name is Zia Jenaye, and I'm rocking with 7.3.
Chicago 77.3.
Sorry, let me do that again.
You good?
Hey y'all, it's Zia Jenaye, and I'm rocking with Chicago 7.3.
Gang. Just like that, people. Make sure you guys support. Always support the people that I bring up here because they dope as hell, man. So,
Thank you.
man, I do appreciate this. This has been lovely talking to you and everything. Make sure you guys check out, man. Until next time, it's the one and only DJ Malone. We out. One.